Hello, this is Bob Hamilton from MarketingSuccessCenter.com. You know, one of the things that we use, very religiously with every single one of our online businesses is article marketing. And I'm often asked, how do you have the discipline to write all those articles? And what I thought I'd do is maybe take a few minutes and talk a little bit about article writing, which obviously is the key behind article marketing. And I want to first start by saying, just the bottom line is the success to article marketing is article writing. The success to article writing is discipline. And I really want to, define discipline for you. It's the little things like making yourself sit down every single day to write. It's the discipline to have the willpower that I'm going to write today even if I don't feel like it. It's the discipline to set a quality standard for yourself and write articles that meet that quality standard each and every time. No matter whether you're sick, you don't feel well, you've got other things you'd rather be doing, you still hold yourself to that quality standard. You still hold yourself to being disciplined and writing. What I want to do is give you a few things I did when I first started, and actually subconsciously I'm still doing now in my article writing. The very first thing I did was I scheduled myself to actually do the article writing. So I made an appointment with myself, and it was to do that. So I knew, in my case, I write really well first thing in the morning. So I scheduled time to write very early. That's the first thing I did in the morning, is I would write and I'd create a bunch of articles, and then I always let my articles sit. I don't just write and submit. I check them for quality. So I scheduled that time. Then the other thing I do is the time I scheduled to write, which now I write all day, every day, I try to make that uninterrupted time. So I give myself breaks. Others know that there are times when I'm available to talk with them. And in my case, if the office door is closed, that means I'm working and I'm not to be interrupted. But it needs to be time that is consistent, it's done every day, and it needs to be time where you're not interrupted by 1,000 things going on. Now, the next thing that I did is I found that probably you've all heard of the 80-20 rule. And that rule states that 80% of the productive work you're going to do will occur in 20% of the time. Now, I've kind of alluded to that already. In my case, that really productive time is early in the morning. So when I was working other job, I'd get up early. So I'd get up an hour first, and then it was 2 hours early, and I'd do my writing before I actually took off for work. Now it's just the first thing I do, since this is what I do for a living. But it was important to find out when I wrote best, when I was most creative, when the creative juices were flowing, and then I scheduled the most important thing, article writing, at that time of the day. Now, the next thing that happens is it's really easy to get sidetracked. All of a sudden you decide you're going to check your email. All of a sudden, maybe I'll call my cousin and talk to them, or my best friend, or whatever. The thing you need to do is that scheduled time is an uninterrupted time, and set yourself up for success. Some of the things I do, I shut down my email. So when I first get up, I take a quick glance. I want to make sure everything's going okay. And then I immediately turn off email. So I don't have an easy way to get back in. I've got to log back in to do it. So I have a break coming up. I know I've scheduled time for myself. I can go grab a cup of coffee, have coffee while I read my email during that break. But set yourself up so that it isn't easy for you to be sidetracked, just like I do. Now, the next thing is, it's easy to schedule time. The hard thing is being disciplined and sticking to that schedule. So make yourself do it. It's like, I hate ever saying I love what I do, so I hate calling it work. But it's like going to work. You're scheduled to be there at a certain time, you're scheduled to leave at a certain time. And during that block of time, you're at work and you're to focus on work. Well, treat yourself the same way. I've got this time, it's uninterrupted time, I'm going to do it every single day. And you're going to find that soon it's a habit. I mentioned at the beginning, that's the way it is with me now. It's all a habit. I love writing, so it's a fun habit to have, but I know what I'm going to do. My wife knows what I'm going to do. Everybody that's close to us knows what I'm going to do. So they know when I'm available, and they know that's going to be later in the day. If you were to check my real calendar, you'd find that I actually schedule all my meetings in the afternoon, because I don't want to be interrupted when I've got the most opportunity to be very productive, create extremely good articles that are going to meet my criteria, and hopefully are going to appeal to our readers. Now, the final thing I want to share with you is I want you to always remember the writing you're doing now, you don't see a lot of rewards. Sure, I get notes periodically from people, this was a really good article, or they might send me a note and ask me a question. But the reward for doing this is you get a little bit of traffic, well, you get a lot of traffic, and then organically you'll move up in the search engines. But the real reward for the discipline that's involved in writing articles is the fact that you're going to achieve success. And with that success comes all the things you're trying to have. It might be wealth, it might be time to be with family and friends, it might be time to pursue a hobby. So whatever your priorities are, the thing you always need to remember is that the article you're writing today is one step that you're moving closer to your ultimate goal, and that goal of success. With that, this is Bob Hamilton from MarketingSuccessCenter.com. Have a good day.